Grüß euch und bonjour.
Ciao a tutti. Hi everyone.
Ja, ein herzliches Willkommen miteinander von meiner Seite an unsere zugeschalteten Schweizer und Schweizerinnen am Versus Virus Hackathon. Es ist tatsächlich ein ganz spezieller Anlass, der sich an alle wendet. Schliesslich geht uns die momentane Situation auch alle etwas an. Der Sinn und Zweck von diesem Anlass ist, mit Hilfe von euch etwas zu erschaffen, das unser Leben in den Zeiten von der Corona-Krise tatsächlich auch ein bisschen besser macht. Mein Name ist Rob Holub und schön bin ich nicht allein da. Herzlich willkommen an dieser Stelle auch Lea Grütter, die mit mir durch dieses Event wird führen.
Merci Rob et bienvenue, bonjour à tout le monde les amis romans, bienvenue au Hackathon Versus Virus. Nous sommes Léa Grutter et Rob Holub et c'est vraiment super que vous soyez là avec nous aujourd'hui en ligne. On est peut-être en distance physique mais pas du tout en distance sociale parce qu'on est ici ensemble. Donc j'espère que vous êtes prêts pour un week-end avec très peu de sommeil mais avec beaucoup d'énergie pour trouver des vraies solutions contre le corona. Ciao a tutti, benvenuti al Versus Virus. Ci fa piacere che ci siete anche voi. Ci aspettano 48 ore di collaborazione e divertimento. Noi siamo Lea Grutter e Rob Holub e siamo contenti di avervi qui con noi.
Grazie mille, Lea. I will switch to English now. So, what is a hackathon event about? And what does hackathon actually mean? Well, hackathon is a combination of the word hack, meaning trying to find solutions simply and efficiently, and marathon. And believe me, our participants have a true marathon ahead, as they will be working during the next 48 hours non-stop to tackle various challenges in order to create solutions and make our lives better. Now, these solutions can be created via a digital or an analog platform. Now, we know that until now, not everything is running super smoothly, but we are working on it. So just to let you know, take a deep breath and relax. We'll be up there till the evening for sure. If you, as a participant, have a question, please use our Slack channels, our help channels on Slack, or go to our hacker platform, app.versusvirus.ch. Like any good sport, hackathons are about meeting people, stretching skills, and also having some fun. Well, before we get into some more details about how this whole hackathon is working and what you as a spectator can expect during the next 3 days, let me ask you, Lea, I do think we have a bit of a special situation here. I mean, at least me, I gained 10 pounds in the last 10 days, sitting mostly in front of my computer. I don't know, what about yourself?
Well, I think it's also putting a lot into perspective. I personally slowed down a lot. I did more yoga, but I also reflected on what's really actually important to me. And yeah, I'm aware that you and me, we're both in a very privileged situation in this moment, but also many people in Switzerland are as well. But I believe that if those who can contribute get active now, lots of good can also come from this special situation. So let's be part of the solution with this hackathon. Obviously, nobody is meeting physically right now. No, we're all sitting at home. I mean, I'm in my living room right now, and Rob is as well. And so are you spectators and also you participants. But I think that social distancing is really a weird term. Let's not use that, but rather speak of physical distancing, because we can still very much work together. We can be creative and we can also have a positive spirit. And like that, let's connect the people of Switzerland. I would be interested to know, Rob, how all of this started. So I think you invited somebody who might know that.
Absolutely, Lea. I have a very, very important person who has been working very, very hard over the last 2 weeks. He's actually the co-founder and managing director of the Impact Hub in Zurich. His name is Christoph Birkholz, and I hope Christoph can hear me now. Christoph, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello, Rob. Hello, everyone. Hi.
It's a pleasure to see you. So first question is, how are you doing nowadays? How are you doing right now?
honestly, I mean, both excited, tired, high energy. Yeah, it's the last weeks have been very weird for all of us, and particularly the last hours for all of us in the organization committee, I think.
Absolutely, same for me here. So tell us a little something about how this whole Versus Virus Hackathon event came about. It seems like a huge platform that you created in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, indeed, it was quite short. I mean, it was just 2 weeks ago where we had the idea, and it was inspired by colleagues in Berlin and before in Estland, and that same weekend in Poland, where people were coming together online on hackathons to really do something to address this crisis. And we got to know through colleagues from the one in Berlin and said, okay, we want to do something in Switzerland that is particularly focused on the challenges we have here, but it's also inviting for everyone who wants to contribute on the platform. And then the last 2 weeks was just a massive sprint. I mean, in the end, we were about almost 100 organizations working together, making this possible.
Well, you do still look quite fresh. I mean, you have a Corona beard, I see. I just shaved this morning. My beard doesn't grow. Let me ask you another question. So what is the overall goal with this event, Christoph?
Yeah, I mean, in general, hackathons, I think, are really there to create solutions that are then implemented afterwards. I mean, in 48 hours, you cannot solve everything, but you can start prototypes, you can start ideas. And the big thing is then, can we implement it afterwards? And we put a lot of effort in the support also after the program. So this year doesn't stop on Sunday. But for us, that's really just kind of half of our objective with the Versus Virus. We said we also want to use this program and this platform to create a positive vibe, you know, some optimistic, positive vibe that we all in the country and beyond can be part of the solution and not the problem, so to say. So although yes, we are sitting at home and yes, we are physically distant, we can actually have a very positive experience together, and hopefully that's also a role model for the post-COVID times for all of us here. Yeah, just looking from the last few hours or so, I mean, it's incredible how I see, I don't know, participants being frustrated, not knowing like where to sign up or so, but then everyone jumping in and helping out, other participants helping. So that's really the spirit that we see, and really big thanks for that.
So that's amazing. Very supportive spirit here at the hackathon. Maybe you can tell us as well, this shared experience, how you described it, which is happening purely online right now. Switzerland has not seen anything like this before. Now, how are you going to spend the next 3-4 days? And maybe tell us also, what are you looking forward to the most?
So probably not a lot of sleep. So like our participants, I think for us organizers, it's as well a hackathon. We are around the clock on the channels. So me, I was in front of the Slack channels and the helping channels as well this morning. And that will be part of the weekend, of course. Then a lot of requests coming in and questions coming in also from outside media also who want to know, who've heard about us, other hackathons worldwide that want to copy this initiative, and so they like what we are all doing here in Switzerland together. Yeah, what do I look forward to really from this? So one, of course, is that there's new solutions coming out. I mean, we have some challenges were really important challenges from like the official institutions, but also from the citizens. So seeing new ideas of how to tackle them, that's amazing if we can really provide that. And on the other hand is the positive vibe. So I'm going to join the evening parties that we have, or the yoga class that we do virtually with 4,000 people. So really looking forward to all of that stuff.
Okay, let me ask you one last question. I mean, we have to give some credits here to a lot of people that have been involved, and more seem to be attracted to this event here. Can you tell us a little something about how the team built it up over the last 2 weeks and who is involved?
Well, yeah, initially it was really through the Impact Hub network. We heard from the Berlin one because their Impact Hub Berlin was involved, and then 2 weeks ago we said, look, we want to do that, but we don't want to make it an Impact Hub event or an Impact Hub hackathon. So let's reach out to the ecosystem, to all our partners and friends who work with us since 10 years or so in the country. And so we reached out to Open Data and Fuhaus and all the communities from Geneva to St. Gallen, from Basel to Lugano. And really everybody joined in. So within a few days, we had the team of more than 50, 60, 70 people from different organizations who had never met, actually. Many of them have never met or worked together, so to say, and really got up to speed. And I really look forward to these relationships also last beyond the weekend.
And hopefully they will last not only online. Christoph, thank you so much for jumping into this online conversation here. I'm sure we'll get to see you at some later point during the event. Have a good day and enjoy the hackathon. So, Leah, can you tell me a little bit more what's happening, what's to be expected during the next days?
Of course, Rob. So we're facing actually 4 days with a completely packed program. So let's take a look at that on this slide. I hope it shows up. Yes, great. So there are really many things to discover. You won't get bored, participants. You can find everything on the website, so www.versusvirus.ch. But also for the hackers themselves, you can find them on the platform on your app. You should have received an email to onboard with there. If you haven't, don't panic. You will still receive it very soon. Our tech team is on that, and really a big thanks to everybody who is working behind the scenes right now. But yeah, let's take a look at this program, and let me highlight a few points on the agenda now. Of course, our main project is that our teams will have time to really dive into the matter, to really hack and craft solutions for the challenges they choose. But there's also a very complete side program. There will be how-to sessions starting already today, right after this session, where the participants will get tools and tricks to have the right skills to highlight their ideas. And we will also have several inspirational panels today and tomorrow still. This is your chance to just lay back and get some new input. And those are discussions with experts that are from very different areas, from different fields. They discuss controversially, and maybe this is your chance to get some new arguments for your own discussions at home.
Well, it sounds like I won't get a lot of sleep, Leah.
No, it doesn't, that's for sure. I mean, we're here to really have a lot of fun together. 48 hours is a lot. But yeah, besides all the hacking, we also have a lot of fun together. So every evening, and for the early birds also in the morning, we put together this crazy event, this cool event called Fun versus Virus. There will be yoga, there will be music, there will be games. We have invited some cool guests, for example, Pat Bergener into our COVID club. So make sure to tune in, everybody, because this is an open, a public event. You can find it on YouTube as well. So make sure to invite all of your friends, your grandma, your siblings, and check it out on our website. Yeah, and the whole weekend, we will keep you posted. So Rob and me, we will tune in every once in a while for some updates, so that you get some sneak peeks behind the scenes, what's going on, who is doing what, are there some success stories already. So make sure to follow our updates. The first one will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. and there will be another one also in the evening tomorrow. So, but Rob, I saw that on the schedule there is a surprise planned. What is behind that?
Yes, there is a surprise, and let me tell you, I will reveal the surprise now. We do actually have a surprise guest who will be joining us, and it's nobody less than our Federal Counsel, Alain Berset himself, who will have a special announcement to share as part of the Versus Virus Hackathon. This will happen today around 6 p.m. So make sure that you tune in on our YouTube channel, Versus Virus, where we will be streaming this live. Now, this whole event that we're talking about could not be possible, as we heard it from Christoph, without the contributors behind the scenes, Leah.
Yeah, we are very proud to organize Versus Virus not alone, but under the patronage of two federal councils. For one, the Federal Council of Home Affairs, so with Alain Berset, so really happy to see him later on, but also the Federal Department of Economic Affairs, Education and Research with Guy Parmelin. I'm sure we will still hear something. So thank you for your trust, for your support on all of this. And also thanks to all the initiating and supporting organizations On this next slide, you see that there are many of them, over 50 organizations that funded our event financially. It's really great that we could count on your support for this. None of our efforts would have been possible without these sponsors and contributors. Thank you so much.
I don't think I've ever seen an event with so many organizations being involved, which is really amazing. Now, please, they shared some love to us. Do please also share some love to the event and spread the word using social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also LinkedIn. Our hashtag is #versusvirus. So go ahead, post, comment, and like. For all the participants that use our Slack tool, there is a channel Content for Media where you can share photos, stories, interview offers. We also have some journalists watching over your shoulder now, so they might approach you and you might be able to share your world-changing ideas with the world, so to say. Now, let's talk about the participants, our so-called heroes, a little more.
Yeah, so the participants are at the core of this event. We are also covering all the language areas, of course, from the Swiss-German part to Ticino to the Romandie, and we now have almost 4,500 participants nationwide. This is really incredible and so great that you're all here. There will be many opportunities for you all to network and get to know each other. We prepared several occasions for that. So for the first time, it will be also at the Fun versus Virus. Of course, you can connect within your teams, but also there will be some events like chat roulette. So you will meet some people you haven't yet. So most of you who are wondering right now, should already have a team. Because we already formed more than 600 teams online. This is incredible. Can you imagine? 600 teams that don't see each other physically, but only here in the virtual channels. Yeah, crazy. I mean, you already said that we have so many channels now, and yeah, 600 teams, crazy. If you guys who are listening in right now don't have a team yet and you feel confused, please don't worry, reach out to our Slack channel, teamwork-help on Slack, and you will get an answer, don't worry. Yeah, anyways, I think it's very important that we focus on how we want to work together. Versus Virus is an inclusive event. It is a safe environment for everybody. So please treat each other with respect, be nice and supportive, and of course, there are no stupid questions, just fire away. Yeah, and the teams will focus on one challenge each, and we have 14 different topics today, or over the whole weekend, which we can see in this slide. So yeah, it's really various different things, from health to education, to prevention of dissemination, and much more. Rob, if you look at that, which area would you need inspiration these days?
Well, I think personally several areas speak to me, but you know, sitting more in front of the computer and more isolated at home than ever before, I kind of find the topic of home office and teamwork very interesting, because right now we are, so to say, forced into the online world and forced into working from home. And I'm sure it's not an ideal setup just yet. So I'd like to see some solutions in regards to how we can possibly work better from home.
Yeah, well, me looking at that, I thought sticking together and helping each other out is now more important than ever. So if I were to choose, I think I would be curious for opportunities for local communities to help each other out. But yeah, all of this choice might be a bit overwhelming. So I'm really happy that we now have another expert lined up who can give us a bit more knowledge and insights in how these challenges and topics formed. And Nikki Böhler from Open Data should now be in the line. Nikki, can you hear me?
Hi, Leah, I can hear you.
Great. How are you doing? How are you so far? Where are you? Are you at home?
I'm at home as everyone else. I'm pretty exhausted. The last 2 days have been crazy, but also very excited to see what will develop in the next 48 hours.
Yeah. So Nikki, you are part of the overall project team and you helped design the 14 topics. How did you source the relevant challenges?
So in our first step, we've defined these 14 topics based on the experience of other hackathons that have already taken place. We've learned from them. And then we've reached out to stakeholders from all parts of life and areas of life, public entities, universities, hospitals, museums, schools, etc., etc. And we've actually been totally overwhelmed by the number of challenges we've received.
Wow. I mean, how many did you get in the end? I read something like 500 challenges. You definitely had to select then some of them because 500 is just way too much to scroll down. So that must have been a big task and a tough choice as well. How did you choose the final challenges?
Well, let me start with a big thank you. By Tuesday night, we've actually really received over 500 challenges coming from all corners of Switzerland, covering 14 topics and in 4 different languages. This is a proof of how committed we all are in addressing this difficult time together. So thank you very much, everyone, for contributing your ideas. After the first moment of joy, we then realized, as you said, we can't actually expect our participants to read through 500 challenge submissions in order to choose what they want to work on. Plus, many challenges were very similar as we were facing similar problems in our lives. And we don't want teams to work on the same idea without knowing about each other. So we set up a curation process together with an external team with representatives from academia, hospitals, and innovation management, and managed to merge and cut the numbers of challenges down to around 190. So this was a very difficult process, which didn't allow for much sleep these days. But still, I think it was important to allow participants to have a good overview or a quick enough, reasonable overview of the challenges. And I want to point out that if your challenge hasn't made it on the final list, please don't be upset or demotivated. Challenges are actually only problem statements, hence after your team selected the challenge, you are free to come up with any kind of solution to it. You don't have to follow one of the suggested solutions in the description of the channel. And all in all, this hackathon is about tackling the crisis together, connecting digitally, and also having fun together. So it doesn't matter too much what challenge you work on, but it's really also about the experience and the process.
Yeah. So maybe because I don't have the list right now of the selected challenges, but I'm curious. I want to know maybe 1 or 2 or 3 challenges that made it to this final collection. Can you present some?
That's very hard since there were so many. A few examples that pop up in my mind is how can an online playground for children work? How can we produce reusable masks locally? How can we unfreeze democracy, which seems to be on hold? How can music and theater groups rehearse online? And many more.
Yeah, well, there's still so much to discover. But I also heard that our Federal Office for Public Health contributed some challenges they face. Is that right?
Exactly. They submitted 9 challenges as well. Some of them are standalone challenges and others have merged as well with similar challenges submitted by other ideators. We couldn't add the information which challenge comes from the Federal Office for Public Health to the Hackathon app. As you know, this organization is a hack as well, and sometimes things don't work out. But you can find their label on the public list of curated channel challenges, which I hope you've all received, and otherwise we will share that again. And I also need to mention that due to the current crisis, the Federal Office for Public Health won't be able to provide additional support to the teams during the hackathon. Nevertheless, they're very much looking forward to seeing the results after the weekend.
Yeah. Well, you did an amazing job, that's for sure, in putting all of this together. Thank you so much. I guess you didn't get much sleep over the past few days. So how will you be participating this weekend?
I need to mention again, it wasn't just me. We are a huge group taking care of categories, challenges, and everything else. Thanks to everyone again at this point. And actually, I'm not sure what I will be doing. This is this hackathon, so we are just trying to figure out what's not working out, trying to find out solutions, trying to help out as much as we can wherever we can, basically.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me, Nikki, for joining all of us, and for making sure that we have a focus on the most important topics this weekend. So really, thank you, the whole team around Nikki. You all did an amazing job. Yeah, I really think there's enough interesting topics for everybody to discover. So dear participants, you only have until 7 p.m. or you still have until 7 p.m. today to choose the challenge for your team. But of course, Rob, we will not leave the participants alone to solve all of these problems. Who can they get support of?
Well, I'm quite amazed because just yesterday evening, I learned that we have over 400 mentors and experts assisting our participants with their knowledge. And just this morning, I've learned that we have over 500 mentors actually joining in, and they are reachable in our channels to assist our participants. They're experts in their fields and reachable via direct messages on the specific Slack channels. So that's amazing. What is even more amazing, and this is really a very particular news and I think a particular opportunity, is that we have 24 members of the parliament here on board, which are also there to assist. They can be also reached out directly through Slack channels and asked questions. And some of them, I heard, are even participants themselves. I think that's a very unique story. And so you don't have to go with your gut feelings, dear participants. When you prototype, we gathered some real life data from all over Switzerland with specific topics, and we don't want you to reinvent the wheel. So we also provide results from previous hackathons like the Code versus COVID from last weekend. So use those possibilities. Now, I'd like to know what can the participants, Leah, actually win here once they have finished and accomplished their goals, hopefully?
Yeah, so our hackathon is maybe a very special event, maybe a bit different to other hackathons, because our participants are all heroes. You are all winners. Because we want to make sure that you craft amazing solutions. We are here to help you with that and to solve local and global problems together with our combined intelligence. And that makes all of you, all of us, winners. So let's share our knowledge openly with the whole team, with the public, so that everybody can benefit. We really want our ideas to grow after the hackathon. So as Christoph already mentioned in the beginning, we will follow up or we will offer follow-up support for all of the teams. But it's a bit tricky to look at 500 ideas or even more in the end. So we will have to make a bit of a selection which ones we want to showcase at the end of the hack. So on Monday evening, our jury will be there to announce around 40 projects that impressed them most. And they decide according to 5 criteria, which I'm going to present to you now on the next slide. Yep. So there will be, first of all, the relevance for the Swiss ecosystem. So is it really applicable here? Then the second criteria is relevance for the solution in addressing the specific challenge. The third criteria is potential for impact on the long term. So are those ideas really focused on sustainable solutions? The fourth criteria is progress achieved in the last 48 hours. So who is the biggest hustler here? And of course, also the fifth, value added. So don't worry, participants, and also don't worry, public. You don't have to note those criteria down. All of them can be found again online in the Hackers platform. So everyone who is watching and wants to see the results in the end, because that's what we're here for, you should stay tuned and join our session on Monday evening. But Rob, what's happening now? We are so excited.
Well, we're almost done with the opening. So after this screening, you return to your teams and choose that challenge as already announced by Leah by 7 p.m. And for the participants applies that it's also important to join those how-to sessions right after this. And to the general public out there, dear Swiss participants, so to say, please stay tuned on our YouTube channel Versus Virus and don't miss anything, especially not when our Federal Counsel Alain Berset will have his announcement today at 6:30 p.m. And remember, together we are stronger, so collaborate, collaborate, and collaborate.
Rob, I'm really excited and I want to get started now. So let's please not wait any longer and dive right into this. So I would like to encourage everybody, be bold, ask many, many questions, and most of all, have fun.
Grazie a tutti, siete fantastici, merci à tout le monde et aussi merci pour participer et bonne chance.
Ja, mega cool, dass ihr alle dabei seid. Habt ganz viel Spaß und happy hacking!